In my previous video, I demonstrated and discussed reasons why follow shots are often smarter choices than draw shots. With draw shots, it is much more difficult to judge and control cue ball travel distance. It is also extremely difficult to control draw cue ball direction with cut shots. Small changes in tip height, stroke speed, and shot aim have a huge effect. Also, because a low tip is required for good draw, a miscue is always a concern, especially if you tend to tense up during the stroke. And at the fast speed often required for draw shots, the pockets play smaller, and the ball can rattle out if you don't hit the pocket cleanly. Also, it is more difficult to remain accurate and consistent when we add more power. Draw shots are also much more sensitive to variations in cloth conditions. Backspin wears off due to cloth friction drag on the way to the object ball, and the drag action varies a lot with cloth properties, ball and cloth cleanliness, and even temperature and humidity. With a rolling cue ball, no judgment is required for drag uncertainty since the cue ball rolls immediately, making it easy to judge cue ball travel distance. This video looks at draw versus follow more closely, with lots of game situation examples. As we will see, sometimes a draw shot is the right choice, and it is a skill you must master to be a competitive player. Let's start with some examples where draw might be the correct play, but because draw distance is difficult to control, the shots are difficult. Here, I need to draw up table to get shape on the 8. A fair amount of power is required on this shot. But with careful aim and good technique, the shot is not as difficult as some people might think. Did you notice that I almost rattled the ball in the pocket? Again, at this shot speed, you must hit the pocket cleanly. This shot is also difficult because it is easy to come up short. And again, if you don't hit the pocket cleanly enough, the ball will rattle out. Getting good shape like this doesn't help much if you miss the shot. Here's an example where I need just a little draw to get shape on the 8 in the opposite side. The required shape zone for the 8 is small, so precision draw is required. If the tip is too low, or if you use too much speed, or if the cloth is a lot slicker than you think, it is easy to go too long. And if your tip isn't low enough, or if you use too little speed, or if the cloth is not as slick as you think, maybe due to dirty or humid conditions, you can come up short. Unlike with follow, precision draw distance control is difficult. I don't have a shot at the 8 from here. When you have ball in hand after an opponent foul, follow is often the better choice. Here, I need to pocket the 11 and get shape on the 8. I could put the cue ball here and attempt to draw straight back, but it is easy to come up short. And if you attempt to use more speed to come off the side rail, it is also easy to go long, especially if you cross the narrow part of the shape zone close to the 1. And if you attempt to draw closer to the side pocket where the shape zone for the 8 is wider, you might scratch by mistake because it is very difficult to control draw shot direction. Placing the cue ball on the short side of the 11 instead for a longer follow shot is much more reliable in this situation. It is very easy to control follow distance. It is also much easier to control follow direction, making it safer to come closer to the side pocket, where the margin for error is bigger in the wide part of the shape zone for the 8. And even if you don't want to risk coming that close to the side pocket, you can safely target the middle of the shape zone since it is so easy to control follow distance. Here's another ball-in-hand example shooting stripes. We can get a shot at the 8 with a precise draw shot at the right distance, but the margin for error is small. The 5 is also close to the shot line, risking a possible foul if you hit the 5 first by mistake. And again, it is easy to come up too short or go too long. I don't have a look at the 8 from here. Coming across the line on the 8 with draw leaves very little room for error. A much smarter play is to follow in the natural angle direction into the line of the 8 where there is a wide margin for error with shot speed. I could have hit that much slower or faster and still had a shot at the 8. One advantage of stun and draw is they can help you limit cue ball motion for controlled patterns like this. One option here is to follow forward off the end rail to go up table, although this shot requires a fair amount of power, especially on a table with non-lively cushions. Here I strike the cue ball very well with a good angle and power, and I still almost come up short. This shot would be a lot easier on a table with bouncy cushions like a Diamond brand table. A touch of outside spin helps the cue ball retain speed off the cushion and makes it a little easier to head up table. This path also creates a good angle off the side rail into the wide part of the shape zone for the 8. However, the 3-ball limits what is possible. With a follow shot like this, where the cue ball is heading straight into a rail, even a small amount of side spin has a big effect. For example, with a slightly fuller hit and a hair of left spin, the cue ball heads in a bad direction. A draw shot is probably a better option here for most people on most tables. With good technique, the shot takes less effort, and there is a much wider margin for error. The 5-ball prevents a possible scratch, and a wide range of angles with pocket cheat still gives a good result. With a low tip and a relaxed and smoothly accelerating stroke, this shot doesn't feel like a power shot at all. It helps to come off the end rail. Because the cushion kills some of the cue ball speed, it increases your margin for error with shot speed. It also helps to head into the wider part of the shape zone for the 8. Here's an example where a controlled draw is the only reasonable option. From this angle, for some people, it might look difficult to hold the cue ball for a shot at the 8 in the side. But the 3 times the angle system predicts that good action draw will result in a good angle into the line of the 8. Another situation where backspin is a good choice is with a drag shot used to limit cue ball speed to hold the angle for the next shot. You could just slow roll this to follow forward and hold the angle with a longer shot at the 8, but you risk table roll-off, and you might roll too far. And this wouldn't be an option if there are 1 or more blocker balls here that might hide the 8. A drag shot is a good option here. The backspin allows you to use more speed to prevent table roll-off, and the dragging action of the cloth slows the cue ball as the backspin is lost. Here's another, a little faster, retaining some of the backspin, but still holding the cue ball. Did you see the drag action and backspin loss? Adding outside spin and using a fuller hit with pocket cheat, you can hold the cue ball even from a big angle like this. It helped that the corner pockets on this table play very large at this speed. Another common cue ball control decision is between outside draw and inside follow. Both choices work to get on the 8 in this situation. Here's the outside draw option. And here's the inside follow option. Because the inside follow path is longer and goes off more rails, more speed is required, making it a little more difficult. Also, some people are not as comfortable aiming with inside spin. To me, it doesn't matter since I aim all side spin shots the same way using the system for aiming with side spin or saws. See the saws link below for more information. Sometimes, based on blocker balls or where the 8 is, one option might be required over the other. Here, outside draw provides a better line. And here, inside follow is a better choice. In this situation, a special shot is needed to get below the 1 for a shot at the 8 next. If you just roll the cue ball, the 1 or 5 will get in the way, regardless of the side spin you use. But if you use backspin with left side spin, the drag action on the cue ball intensifies the action of the spin enough to clear the 1. Again, I use saws to get an accurate aim for all shots requiring side spin. Did you see the drag action convert the backspin to forward roll before the object ball? And did you see the side spin dramatically widen the angle off the cushion? This is an effective tool to have in your bag of tricks. Draw is a very important skill to master. If you want to see lots of examples of how top players masterfully use draw to escape difficult situations, check out my Top 20 Draw Shots video. Here are a few for your viewing pleasure.
Because it's just not, oh, look at that shot.
Wow, Great
Wow.
shot.
Okay.
Be aware that the shot choices pros make might not always be the best options for mere mortals like us.
Oh, it decided he didn't like the bank.
Swing it, baby.
Wow.
Swing it.
Look at this. Earl's going to hit it perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at this shot, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, shot of the tournament.
You see the action on the cue ball?
Talk about master of creativity.
Know right away.
Oh, look at this.
It goes in the, well, he broke him. Oh, wow.
Oh, you called it. Wow.
Oh, look at this for a shot. Look at this.
Here's a famous example from Corey Deuel.
It's a very difficult shot. Whoa, what was that?
As I discuss and demonstrate in my Corey shot analysis video, several other shot options might be better choices for people who don't have Corey's unique draw skill and power. Again, often the best shot choice depends on the person. Links to resources covering all systems and principles mentioned in this video can be found in the video description or pinned comment below. If you need or want help improving your draw shot consistency and accuracy, check out the videos and info on the Draw Shot advice page. If you are not happy with your current draw shot skill, these resources can help you dramatically improve your effectiveness. Enjoy the videos and resources, and good luck with your game from Dr. Dave.